Legend returns back to back. Poor boy Sin, welcome to 2K TV, my man.
Hey, how you doing, LD?
I'm doing well. So, okay, I have to ask you. Let's be honest. How are you doing it every year?
I'm a very big fan of the NBA, big fan of point guards and playing basketball with IQ. I'm gonna play basketball majority of my life, so I kind of take my real basketball IQ on to the virtual court, and mentally I'm able to just play so many amount of games.
Dramatic setting here in Salt Lake City, Utah becomes apparent when you get a look at the aerial shot of the surroundings. It's time for the NBA live on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, and we'll be hearing from DA along the sidelines all game long. DA, it's all yours.
Well, the Utah Jazz tries to keep their players happy by financially incentivizing.
Thanks, DA. Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Harden out there at the DeRozan. And there's Iguodala. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Turner in at the 4 slot. And for Utah, they've got Howard. McCollum is out there at Bledsoe. Then it's Simmons. And it's Whiteside in at the center position.
The Pelicans tried to build a contender around Anthony Davis. They're hoping this go around with Zion Williamson, they'll be able to create a more complete team.
Tip-off goes to New Orleans. McCollum against DeRozan. Outside Turner. Pass to Harden. A rebound by the Jazz. And speed with the Anthony Davis trade complete. A new look for the Pelicans.
Yes, plan A, Kevin, was to make it work with Anthony Davis. Instead, they have acquired a lot of young talent, a ton of it. In time, they'll become a team, in my opinion, to be reckoned with.
Now, here's DeRozan. Harden missing his last shot. Clock at 6. DeRozan against Simmons. And it's DeRozan missing. Bledsoe taking his time here. The rebound by Turner.
Huge challenge at the rim. The defender could not have played that any better.
Out to DeRozan. A 3. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And that's when he's at his best. DeRozan, confident and in rhythm with the jumper.
Back to McCollum. To the middle. Here's Whiteside. And Capella sends it back. Harden outside. He gets that one.
Inside, outside. Harden will attack you from anywhere. Nice play.
Here's Bledsoe. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Clint Capella. The entire offseason leading up to tonight, Steve, as a player, do you already know if your team has a chance to be special this early?
You know, Kevin, yeah, you do. And I think the teams that I've been on and teams that you see and saying we don't have a chance to win, you try to trick yourself. You're looking at management ownership. Can we make a deal throughout this year to get us in contention? But you got to be realistic. You know the team that you don't have a chance to win their championship.
No good on that one.
And when you look at Utah, this team, year after year, seems to be more than a sum of its parts.
I like that they always look for guys with big-time character, unselfish, low-drama players, and there's a confidence with this group.
He hits the second from the line.
And you think of the resiliency of New Orleans. It feeds into the ethos of their sports teams, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Certainly the Pelicans have had their challenges too. Injuries, turnover, and leadership. You can't give up, though. I think that's something this organization and the fans can relate to.
Here's McCollum. And Capella sends it back. And they'll keep possession. Passes it to Bledsoe. There's the pass to Whiteside. Fades back. It's hauled in by Clint Capella.
4 shots, 4 misses, and you can sense a certain frustration building.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And historically, you almost never saw a great shot blocker who could also knock down triples at a high clip. But count Miles Turner among the unicorns who provide that rare combination.
And that one falls for Turner. And the stretch center in demand for Miles Turner. Greg, how does he take that next step as a player?
Getting stronger. And continuing to improve his recognition and communication at both ends of the floor.
All free throws good from Turner.
And the ceiling Turner has is impressive. Has the potential to be a dominant big man in this league.
Howard kicks to Bledsoe. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Right side. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact. Well, he might not be blocking 4 shots a game anymore, but Hassan Whiteside's still a factor in the paint defensively.
And he knocks down the first one. And with Whiteside, his size and length set him apart from others defensively. Greg, even at the center position,
you just can't ignore the reach and coverage that Whiteside has when he's in the paint. Even though the block numbers aren't what they once were, the amount of shots he changes is still very high.
Now here's Harden. 23 points for him the last game against the Kings in Sacramento.
And they were just struggling to stop him. They sent him to the line over and over, and the free throws were a big part of the game.
Here's Turner. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Turner's got 5 points so far.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
McCollum against DeRozan. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Over DeRozan. And off the front. And in it goes.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense. The ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
2 points. That one goes. Harden's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Well, this is his game. Be proactive offensively. Put the defense back on his heels.
And Capella sends it back. Inside. And Iguodala gets it to go in on the assist from Harden. Harden's got 3 assists in the game. Outside, Simmons. Pass to Whiteside. Bledsoe outside. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Turner.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Harden. He's coming off an excellent season. First in scoring, second in steals, and he ranked in the top 10 in assists. An incredible knack for drawing defenders and finding the open man.
And his unmatchable instincts for scoring the basketball. That's what made him #1 last year. You can't stop him. And you can't even really contain him. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Jazz.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result. Here's
the list list of players who had the most steals in the NBA last season. James Harden is second.
He showed such tremendous defensive instincts. Trust me, nobody wanted him guarding them last year.
Right side, the pass to Bledsoe. The Jazz with another miss. Pelicans leading by 9. Here's Iguodala, and it's blocked by Whiteside.
With that long wingspan, Hassan Whiteside saying, no, not in my house.
McCollum, no good. And it's Harden with the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans. Their last encounter was in New Orleans.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring.
It's not unusual these days. Teams are more than willing to go deep into that bench to find answers for certain matchups.
Now Bledsoe. James Harden missing on the free. Shot clock at 6. Here the three-point line, it's McCollum. No good that time. Now New Orleans will take it the other way.
And all quarter long, it's been the same story. Inconsistent with his offense.
The shot by Turner, no good.
Uncontested look. Can't fault the shot selection. He's money from there.
And McCollum with the slam.
And that's what Simmons does. His vision and accuracy make him a premier presence on the floor.
Pass to Turner. Pass to DeRozan. Great D that time from Howard.
Great defensive effort. Just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
Now here's McCollum. There's his third field goal, and now he's made half of his 6 shots.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
On the wing, Iguodala wants to get it to DeRozan, and does. Yep, that one goes in there. DeRozan's got 5 now.
Iggy just keeping his head up on his swivel all the time.
Jazz trail by 7. Simmons looking it over. And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
He was too aggressive. That's already his second foul. We haven't even gotten out of the first quarter.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new grouping. Brook Lopez is checked in for Whiteside. Griffin comes in for Dwight Howard. Danny Green, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. Young is subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. And it's sent back by Turner. Here's Harden on the wing. By Green. With a pass to Turner. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
There's a built-in respect for coaches who played in the NBA. The Jazz, Quinn Snyder, never made it that far. But as a point guard, he helped Duke make 3 Final Four appearances.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And the Jazz call time here. Smitty Snyder, also an All-American in high school, 2-time Washington State Basketball Player of the Year in high school.
Led Mercer Island to a state title, and then experienced coaching in college, the G League, and abroad. He's a lifer, and he's been around the game far and wide.
Steven Adams, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Zach LaVine comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Count it.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 31-point game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And he showed again why he is such a sensational playmaker. Some of the plays he made were just remarkable.
Now, here's Green. After the miss from Trae Young. Here's Lopez. Griffin trying to get open. Lopez, no luck. New Orleans leading by 11. Here's Morant. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And purely from a physical standpoint, John Morant has it all. Now, guys are more explosive athletically.
And he can't get the first one. And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes, Greg, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
Yeah, this kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. Now, I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done.
Good on the second free throw.
And as good as Morant's been, there's still plenty of upside. One of the younger players to enter the draft in 2019.
Now here's Griffin. No points in the game yet for him.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
Here's Morant. And the layup's good off the glass.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
This is my type of approach. Get some high percentage looks. Then later, you can play inside out.
Here's Lopez. Following the basket by Ja Morant. Lopez finds Young. The Jazz with another miss. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Pelicans. It's a 14-point game. Basket good.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
They built up this huge lead with great play at both ends. They're going to love watching film tomorrow.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for the Jazz. And the Pelicans making a change here as well. Allen's checked in. And Greg, when you're discussing and comparing James Harden and what he's done these last few years, you have to do it on a very historic level.
He's going to go down as one of the best to ever play the game. His production is incredible, and the skill level really is groundbreaking. Easily the best off-ball in the league.
Scouting report is be physical with Trae Young. And every night he finds ways to still make plays.
Now, here is Harden. He has 7.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
Here's Griffin. That one misses. Excellent D there from Allen. New Orleans leading by 15. It's stolen by Green. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Steven Adams picks one up.
A prototype 3-and-D guy. Green's focused on becoming a more complete player. Part of that is becoming more consistent from the free throw line.
No good on the free throw. We see it all the time, Smitty. The league doing more to protect the landing zone of shooters, but for some guys, they're using that forward momentum to change that landing spot. What do you think of that?
Kevin, this is a great debate because as an offensive guy, I know you see a guy launching, I might change my shot and start to go forward just in case I can get a foul if it doesn't make the shot. This is a tough call to call. This is going to be like the charge block, I think, in some years to come.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose ball and rebounds here to start.
Here's Levine. 1:56 left to play in the first quarter. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Now here's Green. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
This is something Danny has been working on. Putting the ball on the floor and taking it strong.
And you know what, Smitty? One of the best shot blockers among wings, Danny Green.
You know, he's a chase down artist in transition. He does not give up on plays at all.
That's good from Green. For the Utah Jazz, they come in off a loss to Oklahoma City. Here's Morant. Here's Allen. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Pelicans lead by 12.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
Now here's Anthony. A wide open look here for Lopez. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Lopez has got it back down to within single digits for Utah. Now here's Morant. Lopez with the block.
And it's a bonus whenever Lopez comes up with the swat. You want to see more of this from the big fella. Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard. Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Pass to Oubre. The three. Nailed from three-point land.
Love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They came in focused and they've executed.
Now, here is Young. Pass to Griffin. Over Allen. That misses off the backboard. Griffin with the steal. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. A unique upbringing for Clint Capella. Spent years in a welfare orphanage in Switzerland. He said he never imagined he'd come this far.
Even as a kid, I wasn't even dreaming about that far. I always said it's even past my dreams. I mean, now I'm just living the moment, trying to work hard, as hard as I can, and just enjoy the present. Enjoy the present.
Just an inspiring story, Greg. It gives you perspective on why you should be grateful for everything you have.
Kevin, without a doubt, Capella's upbringing helped shape him, and the hard work he continues to put in is really admirable.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
I love their effort, contesting shots, trying to intimidate here early on.
And you can see it's already having an impact. It can cause shooters to think twice.
Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. We've got Kelly Oubre. Allen is out there with Adams. Then it's Zach LaVine. And it's Morant in at the point guard position. Now here's Gordon. Here's the dish to Young. Lopez against Adams. Lopez up top. Clock at 4. Here's Anthony. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got his 5th rebound in this one. To the middle. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. 5th on the list, the Pelicans.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
Now, here's Oubre. Adams outside. Down low.
A lot of people bag on Young's defense, but he's sneaky and he has great anticipation. And you know what? He makes the effort.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
They may not get the spotlight, but the Utah Jazz are one of the best run teams in the NBA. They're run as a legacy trust. That means every dime of profit goes back into the team.
That's good from Anthony. Steve, you were talking about the reinvestment for the Jazz. An upgraded arena, new practice facility.
Necessary moves, you know this, to stay competitive. The Jazz fans love their team, and they're showing that commitment in return.
That shot by Griffin, no good. And so Allen will bring it up for New Orleans. 17 points was their biggest margin. Levine, good.
Providing so much size and athleticism out of the backcourt. Levine challenging the heart of that defense.
And Young kicks to Lopez. From about 19 feet, a shot by Anthony, no good.
Decent look from mid-range, but there may have been a better option for them in that set.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing with you is all I care about. Kevin?
That's great to see. Thank you, D.A. Here's Adams after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. Adams dishes to Levine. To the inside. Here's Morant. Carmelo Anthony grabs the ball. Anthony's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Gordon. And then Gordon with the top.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, G.A., right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
The problem is your opponent is making big plays as well. I'll be curious to see the response.
Levine can't hit.
His inability to make shots has not brought this team down. That shows you their resourcefulness.
There's Gordon with the 3. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Adams has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Oubre. And no good. And Utah the other way. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand.
Checking out the numbers for Blake Griffin. Great showing for him last season. He averaged 24 per clip, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. And no secret, he can score the ball. #1 on the team last year.
He loves being the go-to guy. You can see it in his swagger. And boy, he sure lit it up last season.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Whiteside's checked in for Lopez. Howard comes in for Blake Griffin. McCollum's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Trae Young. Whiteside, the pass to McCollum. Shoots over to Rosen. And the shot is good. The Pelican lead has been cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from McCollum.
The little things that make a difference. Whiteside staying alert, open man, makes the right basketball play.
Now, here's DeRozan. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Kings in Sacramento.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
For Utah, they've gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Up and in on the way. Gordon's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Morant pushes to DeRozan. Takes it from 10. Count the basket. DeRozan's got 7.
Look at the way DeMar just shrugged off the foul and still finished the play. Incredible.
Bledsoe with it. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Out of town, the 2018 draft, Smitty. Who do you think has the highest ceiling of that group?
Kevin, I love that question because it's not who's the best player who has the best talent. It's the ceiling. I think Jaren Jackson Jr., Marvin Bagley, those guys have so much room to grow. The Doncic and the Trae Young, those guys are fantastic. They have room to grow, but I think those two have a lot of room to grow, and they're already good.
And the first one at the line is good.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Ben Simmons, he's checked in for the Jazz. And then for New Orleans, Turner's checked in for Oubre, and James Harden has subbed in for Morant. And Eric Bledsoe drops them both.
And the Pelicans under head coach Alvin Gentry, a team that looks to get out and run.
Reason why, GA, he was an assistant under Mike D'Antoni in Phoenix when the pace and space trend was just getting started. Also on the bench for the Warriors, and we know how they like to get up and down. That up-tempo style is what he preaches. I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
Capella finds DeRozan. Outside. A rebound by the Jazz.
The defense gets away with a late rotation. That's a shot he normally makes.
Bounce pass from Bledsoe. Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
I'm amazed at Simmons' athletic ability. He moves so fluidly for someone that size.
And here's DeRozan. 7 points in the game. And the official signaled a backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Yo, check Simmons.
Now Simmons kicks to Bledsoe. Here's Simmons. Passes it to Whiteside. Back to Simmons. Just 5 on the clock. Utah needs to get off a shot here. And the basket by McCollum.
Well, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
And here's Harden for 3. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And there's the pass to Bledsoe. Wide open look. Again, the Jazz score.
Just taking what the defense allows, and that's a shot he'll make all night.
DeRozan kicks to Capella. Dishes it to Harden. Long pass to Capella. And another turnover here by New Orleans. And the moment now to check out who the Pelicans have coming up. On Saturday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers. And then on Monday, the Atlanta Hawks coming to town. That will tip off a homestand for them. Bledsoe passes to Howard. Jazz passing it around. Turner against Bledsoe. And again, it's Utah.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that run.
And you know what? There was probably a better matchup on the floor, but when it goes in, nobody complains.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
Well, let's see if Coach can get them back on the right track.
Because right now, it feels like the pace is being dictated to them. They need to go back to playing their brand of basketball.
Now, here is Harden. 7 points in the game. Now, here's DeRozan. Back to Harden. 6 on the shot clock. Looking to end the run. Drains it from beyond the arc. Harden's got 10 points.
That's good awareness from DeRozan. Spots the open man. That speaks to his all-around game.
And so finds Howard. McCollum with the ball. Picked up by Turner. Here's Bledsoe. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on DeRozan.
And City, as tough as they are on D, the Jazz have been middle of the pack offensively. How do they improve there?
You know, GA, they can be a top 10 offense. The 2 things that have held them back are turnovers and poor free throw shooting.
That free throw, no good. And Steve, some classic shoe brands making a return to the NBA with updated versions. Smitty, what was your sneaker of choice back in the day?
Kevin, that's funny. I started off with the pumps, the double pumps, and then I ended up with the shell toe low top. And then now you see all the youngsters now wearing low tops. They used to tell me back in the day, low tops were not good for your ankles. But I didn't really jump that high, so I was okay.
And this is Alvin Gentry's fourth stop as an NBA head coach. He's been working as an NBA assistant, get this, since 1988.
Over 3 decades in this league. A decade coaching in college. Worked for and with so many legendary coaches. He's seen it all. I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you talk about shot makers. C.J. McCollum, one of the best in the game. From mid-range, you could argue he's the best, flat out.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Really a good season for him overall last year when you look at the number, 83% from the line.
The Jazz making a switch here. Green's checked in. And so McCollum nails both of them. And you look at the shot chart for McCollum. He's a threat from everywhere.
Able to hit off the bounce, pulling up. At his height, he's got to be creative, making space for his shot.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Now here's Simmons. Yep, that one goes. Simmons got the lead up to 3 now for Utah.
And just a great second quarter for them after such a difficult first, bringing that field goal percentage up from below 30 and now with the lead.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. You
can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. His confidence just soars when he slams it down like that.
Iguodala deciding where to go with it. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Doesn't matter how many years Iguodala plays in this league, he's going to give you everything he has, wire to wire.
Now here's right side. Pass to Howard. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Capella's got 4 rebounds in this game. Over Simmons, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Now just a 1-point Jazz lead. Utah has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Right side with it. He kicks it to McCollum, and Capella over to help. The Jazz working the ball around now. McCollum with the ball, picked up by Turner. Fires from deep. McCollum no good. Well for New Orleans, shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Over in the corner, Turner. And too long on the shot. Utah's shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. And Simmons slams it in.
And really, Simmons is nearly impossible to contain when he's sprinting to the hoop. An athletic behemoth who causes defenders fits.
Now here's DeRozan. He's got 9. Harden scanning the floor. From downtown, rebounded by Howard.
And we haven't seen them get to the line as much here in the second quarter. They might be settling a tad too much offensively.
Whiteside, it's in by Whiteside.
The veteran presence of Danny Green keeping his eyes up, finding his teammate wide open.
Harden gets to Turner. And here's Capella. And a wide open look for Iguodala. And again, New Orleans has no up. To the paint. And Capella sends it back. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Jazz with possession here. Right side dishes to Simmons. Green against Harden. Green kicks to McCullough from about 19 feet. Second chance shot, and it's sent off by Turner. He goes up again, and it's off the back rim. No good. Now DeRozan. And here's Harden for three. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. DeRozan's got 3 assists now in this one. McCollum from deep three-point land. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Jazz lead by 2. And Jets now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. It was a rough ride in the first quarter for Utah. It didn't appear that their energy level was anywhere near as high as it needed to be, and the period ended with them in a 10-point hole. Moving on to the second quarter, big-time momentum shift as they came out blazing, wiping the deficit away and now lead by 2. And, Kenny, what'd you see out there from the Jazz?
Well, there was one pleasant surprise, and that was the bench. They gave them a big lift. Those guys came into the game, they did all the dirty work, and they scored baskets.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Pelicans.
The thing I like was how they were making a conscious effort to work the ball inside. They should do the same in the second half. It ain't broke.
And that's...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You know, C.J. McCollum has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Howard is out there with Ben Simmons. Then there's McCollum. Then there's Bledsoe. And it's right side in at the 5. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Jazz.
The savvy and body control of DeRozan. It allows him to finish the play through contact and get to the line.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
Turner against Howard. Back to Simmons. He dishes it to Howard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. They get Andre Iguodala. Greg DeRozan watching a ton of films of guys like Andre Miller and Sam Cassell in the pick and roll.
Not only that, Kelly, to strengthen his left hand, he'd use it for daily activities like writing, leaving no stone unturned to become an expert initiator.
Howard hits them both.
You know, Dwight Howard once an MVP caliber performer, but age and injuries now affecting him. Still tremendous, I believe, at rebounding and defending the rim.
Harden against Howard. With the teardrop on right side, sends it back.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game. Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
DeRozan with it. And it's Howard picking him up. Oh, and he picks it off the glass. Wow. The feed to Simmons. That ball. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Simmons got the lead up to 5 now for the Jazz. For New Orleans, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Top DeRozan, who started by Howard. Rebounded by the Jazz. Whiteside's got 9 rebounds now tonight.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
Turner trying to free himself up. Harden, no good.
Very cold start to the second half. 1 for 5, looking for some continuity.
Pelicans trail by 7. On the wing, it's Iguodala. Guarded by Bledsoe. Shot to stop the run, and DeRozan finishing inside. DeRozan's got 14 points.
Physical defense, but DeRozan with great focus and great upper body strength.
Turner against McCollum. Howard in the post. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Howard's got the lead back up to 7 now for the Jazz.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time